Okay, so China, now you know a little bit about me, right? What we're gonna do here today is go over this worksheet really quick, okay? I do work with a lot of companies, okay? This helps me look at some underwriting guidelines, kind of figure out what companies are gonna be the best fit for you in your situation, as well as, most importantly, see what you're gonna be able to qualify for from what we know, okay? It doesn't make sense to go through this whole process if you don't end up being qualified, okay? So outside of that, the other point of me going over this is to kind of figure out what your true needs are and if we're able to help you, okay? I'm gonna spend a couple minutes on some medical questions, a little bit on some medications, previous prescriptions, some family history, as well as a little bit on some finance stuff. That good for you?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, awesome. So in the last couple years, 3 or 4 years, if you've ever had any problems with these conditions, or you currently have any problems with these conditions, stop me and let me know.
Okay.
Heart attack?
No.
Stroke?
No.
TIA?
No.
Okay. Any cancer?
Nope.
Any stents or pacemakers?
No.
Okay. Any diabetes?
No.
All right. Any neuropathy?
No.
You're gonna make this easy on me if you keep going like that. Any high blood pressure?
Yes.
Okay. See about that. Any lupus?
No.
How about rheumatoid arthritis?
No.
Okay. Any asthma or COPD?
No.
All right. Any thyroid issues?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Any anxiety or depression?
No.
All right. Any kidney or liver disease?
No.
All righty. So just that high blood pressure, are you taking like lisinopril or something like that?
Yeah, that's exactly what I take.
Okay. And can I have your name as it appears on your driver's license?
Yeah, it's China, Chyna.
Okay.
Last name Fox, Fox.
Okay. And your current age?
62.
Okay. And I can't remember, did you say you're fully retired?
Yes.
Okay. What'd you do during your working years?
I worked at the grocery store.
Okay. Awesome. Were you a cashier or?
Yeah, I was the cashier.
Awesome. I bet you love that. You seem like you're pretty good with people.
Yeah, I loved it.
Okay. And then what about is your monthly income right now?
It's about $1,800.
Okay, perfect. And is that all Social Security, any disability, anything like that?
That's all of it?
Just from Social Security?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I do have to ask you this. Did they talk you into getting one of those Direct Express cards or one of those accounts that, just automatically gets the money deposited? Or do you hold your own bank account or credit union?
I hold my own bank account.
Okay. Who do you bank with?
Bank of America.
Okay, BOA. Fantastic. And then are you a smoker or non-smoker?
Yeah, I'm a smoker.
Alrighty, that's fine. We'll see if that's okay. How long you been smoking for?
Oh, wow. Maybe 20 years.
20 years. It's probably a no, just in my experience. Do you plan on quitting smoking anytime soon?
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know yet.
Alrighty. You might be able to qualify for a special program with that, with you being a maybe on the smoking.
Okay.
We'll kind of look at that here in a couple minutes. And then outside of the lisinopril, are you taking any other medications?
Just a multivitamin.
Okay. Over the counter?
Yes.
All right. Any surgeries in the last 5 years or so for you?
No surgeries.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, your parents live pretty, normal lives, no early heart attacks, stroke, early deaths?
No, not early deaths, no.
Okay. Feel free to answer this or not.
Okay.
What about as age? When did your parents pass, or are they still alive?
They're still alive.
Okay. How old are they?
One's 89 and the other's 87.
Okay. So pretty good longevity. That's good to see. No crazy health conditions for them?
Just high blood pressure.
Okay. On both of them?
I think just my dad.
Okay. Alrighty. Now, a little bit on some finance stuff. Do you own this home or do you rent it?
I own it.
Okay. And is it paid off in full?
Not yet, no.
Okay. What is your total mortgage amount?
The total mortgage was $250,000.
Okay, 250,000. And was that a 30-year term?
Yes.
Okay. How many more years do you have left on that?
I'm not too sure. I think I maybe have 10.
Okay, 10 years. All right. No refinances or anything in the near future?
No.
All right. Do you know the approximate house value or anything comparable in the area that's sold recently?
I haven't really looked. I think the house next door to me, which is pretty much the same as mine, was like $275.
Okay. 275. And then do you know how much left is on your mortgage amount in total?
I don't. I haven't really paid attention to that.
Okay, just a rough ballpark.
Like 92,000?
Okay. Awesome. So there's quite a bit of equity there. That's really good to see. Not a lot of people have that much, so that's really good for you. What about is your monthly mortgage payment?
Like 15? I think it's 15. I don't know. I have it all auto set up.
15, does that include all your utilities and bills?
Yeah, everything.
Okay. Any car payments or anything like that you have going out as well?
Nope.
Okay. Does that include your groceries as well?
Yeah, it might. It might include all my groceries.
Okay, might include?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can look. Let me.
I mean, if you can give me a conservative number, you know, each month after you pay all your bills, all your groceries, gas for your car,
I have 300 left over.
and do you typically save that 300?
Yeah, usually.
Okay, usually. Yeah, in a bad month, what does that kind of look like for you? Is that closer to 150, 100?
Yeah, I'd say about 100.
Okay. Alrighty. I'm pretty bad with mental math, so let me crunch some numbers really quick. So you about have, roughly based on what's been going in the neighborhood, looks like $183,000 worth of equity, which is huge, okay? This is something that we do want to try and protect for your family, okay? A lot of people don't have anything close to that, so that's really good. I'm proud of you, okay? Now, as far as, a couple last questions for you. Do you have anything that currently acts like life insurance to help you pay off the home or liabilities if something were to happen?
No, I don't. That's why
Okay.
I reached out.
So no significant savings, 401k, stocks, bonds?
I have a 401k, but it's not much.
Okay, do you know roughly what amount?
I don't. It's nothing significant. I had to take a ton out.
Okay. Just so you know, this isn't what I'm here for, but we do specialize in some safe money retirement stuff. Even if this is a small amount, there's some better options for you that might be better for you in your situation.
Okay.
And down the road, after we take care of this, we can have a conversation about that, okay? Now, you don't hold any life insurance, correct?
No.
Okay. And if we're able to find something that made sense for you, who would the beneficiary be? The main person picking up the pieces.
It'd be my son,
Okay, and his name?
Bjorn.
Bjorn? Okay. That's really cool. You don't hear that name very often.
No.
Awesome. And then do you have any identity theft protection in place?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Is that with like LifeLock or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. And then do you have a will in place?
Yes, I do.
Okay. That seemed like a little bit hesitant. Do you know when the last time it was updated was?
Just recently.
Just recently, like last month?
Actually, yeah, last month.
Okay. You'd be surprised by the amount of people that don't actually have one set up. And it's pretty important to have put in place, especially when you're looking at protecting assets like you have here. Helps give guidance to the courts so that they know that, hey, this is what we want to have happen with this. If no need to take away from here, let's not do it.
Right.
Okay. So I'm glad you have that in place. If we're able to find something for you, you'll want to let your son know where that will is, as well as keep all the documentation from the insurance company that we work with in the same spot. Okay. Anybody else that could be helping Bjorn with proceeds, all that kind of stuff, should be clued in as well. Just make sure that you trust them. Okay.
Okay.
So with all this being said, I have a pretty good idea of what company is going to be best for you.
Okay.
Alrighty. Now, are you aware of the different types of insurance?
Just a little bit, not super.
Okay, so you kind of know what whole life insurance versus term is?
Yes.
Okay. So I like to really just paint a picture for you guys. It's important for you to understand what we're looking at, right? It doesn't make sense to look at something that you don't understand what it's doing for your family. Okay. So with term insurance, this is what we like to call temporary. Okay. You select a amount of years that makes sense for you. Okay. And if you can qualify for this is harder to qualify for medically.
Okay.
Okay. That's going to typically be 10, 15, 20, 25, or 30 years.
Okay.
And this is based on age that you apply for it as well. Okay. So you'd say, hey, I want coverage for 20 years. Okay. The insurance company, if you can be accepted with them, is going to give you high dollar amounts of coverage, typically in the hundreds. Okay. But with that being said, if you got $100,000 worth of coverage, which covers more than your home in this current state, they're going to say, hey, you can have this for 20 years. And it's going to cost you X amount of dollars. All right. Now, this is subject to how much coverage you have, for how long, and your current health situation. Okay. This isn't super ideal in somebody in a situation like yours. Okay. Just because it's not going to be there in the long run. And, if they say no, we're automatically looking at something else that now you're thinking $100 a month at this price, when something that's going to be around for a longer time, it's going to cost you a little bit more, but it does a lot more for you and your family. Okay.
Okay.
So this is an option. It's not typically what I'd recommend for somebody in your position. The other option is whole life. I'm sure you've heard of that, right?
Yes.
Okay. With whole life, this is kind of a more traditional life insurance. People typically look at stuff for their kids when they're younger. Do you have anything for Bjorn, like Gerber?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. You did?
We do, but
Okay. Good. So whole life, and since you've seen it with Gerber, it's lower face amounts than the term, but the younger you are, the cheaper it is. Okay. As you start getting older, the price goes up, but if you're qualifying for immediate coverage, that price is going to stay the same, and your coverage is going to stay the same. Kind of like your car insurance. As long as you're paying for it, it's going to be there, what you signed up for. Okay. So typically we're going to see amounts in the 30 to 50,000 in what we're doing. For somebody like yourself, probably closer to the 30,000 will be maximum. Okay. So up to $30,000 worth of coverage. Okay. And you're going to see a price per month. And if we can get you qualified for standard or immediate, this number will stay the same and this number will stay the same. Okay. It'll stay around until you're like 120, 121. If you live that long, the insurance company is going to say, hey, you beat us at our own game. Here's all your money. Okay. So this is a really good position for somebody like yourself. What you put in is always going to be less than what your family gets back. Okay. So with this, you could pay for it for 20 years, never use it. And there's some options to get your money back, but it becomes really expensive, especially around, 60s, 70s. Okay. So with your permission, this is kind of what I'm looking at right now. I have an idea of a company that's going to work best for you. So with your permission, I'll go ahead and put together some options and show you what I'm seeing, and I'll kind of break it down for you, okay?
Okay.
Alrighty, China. So this is kind of what I've come up with. You know, they do make me show you the maximum amount of coverage with the insurance carriers, just so you're aware of what you can possibly qualify for. Okay. So the company I'm looking at, you know, when we were looking at the sheet with all those logos on it, it's the one called Americo. They're our #1 carrier. We call it creme de la creme, right? Cream of the crop.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we can get you qualified with them, that's where I want to place you.
Okay.
They're super easy to work with. All right, I can handle a lot of stuff for you, as well as they bring the most value for you. Okay. So with this being said, you know, these are the options. Okay. So maximum coverage with them, if you're approved, is $30,000 worth of coverage.
Okay.
Okay. That would run you about $164 a month. So right in that middle of what you said, you know, on an average month you're saving, you know, if that's comfortable for you, that's up to debate. Next option would be right around $25,000 worth of coverage. Okay. That'd be $138 a month. All right. Next would be $20,000. Okay. Coverage would be $111 a month.
Okay.
Alrighty. So this is what I show people, like in your situation, we had talked about going for traditional burial, right? You said that was important for you.
Yeah.
Right now in Arizona, that runs right around $10,000 to $15,000 for a typical household.
Wow.
Okay. So this is building in for some inflation cost going into the future. It's really weird to think about, but final expense coverage and burial costs, stuff like that, is a consumer good. Just like the cost of living, cost of a gallon of milk has gone up, price of burial goes up respectively. Okay. So we're trying to build in some time for you and your family, right? As well as get you the lowest price that you can qualify for, which is going to be today in any situation that you look at.
Okay.
Okay. Now with this being said, if we can get you covered, this coverage amount right here, and right here isn't as it appears. Okay. You're still pretty healthy. All right. That being said, the most common cause of death for you is probably going to be an accident. Okay. So, you know, driving to work or something like that, that's atypically when somebody's going to go. So if we're working with Americo, like I was saying, they bring a lot of value for you. If that does happen, these amounts actually double. Okay.
For an accident.
If it's in an accident, they'll just say, hey, you know what? We didn't expect that. So here's 60 grand for Bjorn. Okay.
Wow.
So that could do a lot for him moving into the future. You know, pay for school, whatever he needs to do. Okay. And as well as, you know, doubling it if it's an accident. You know, you said you have family out in the East Coast as well as up in Seattle. So do you fly a lot?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So just like the accidental that they do for you, okay, what they're going to say is if it's common carrier, meaning, you know, bus, plane, train, car, Uber, stuff like that, they're going to triple the face value if something happens to you. Okay.
Wow.
So instead of it being 30,000, it's going to be 90,000.
Okay.
The same cost all the way through. Okay. They also include living benefits. Okay. So if something happens to you while you're alive, diagnosed, you know, chronic or terminally ill, they're going to give you up to 100% of your coverage amount to not be a burden while you're still alive. Give
Got
you
it.
time to figure out, I'll pay for bills, stuff like that. And then something that isn't as quite meets the eye for working with this company, since you said you're possibly open to stopping smoking, right? This is actually a non-smoker rate for you, okay?
Okay.
So it saves you quite a bit of money up front. If you quit in the next 4 years, okay, the next 4 years they're going to give you a non-smoker rate. They'll send you a test kit in the mail saying, hey, you said that you're looking at not smoking. If there's no nicotine that pops up in your system, they're going to honor this. If you decide that you want to stay smoking, you saved a whole bunch of money over the next 4 years, paid for your cigarettes, whatever, and then we'll look at adjusting the premium amount or your coverage amount to make it still fit your budget. Okay.
Got it.
With all that being said, which one of these makes the most sense for you and your budget? What would you want to leave behind for Bjorn?
I really want to leave behind more than 20,000.
Okay.
So I think the 25,000 is,
So this one in the middle?
yeah.
Okay. So we'll see if we can get you qualified for the $25,000 worth of coverage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The first couple steps in this process, they're going to ask me for some basic information. We've kind of already gone over some of it here, right? They're going to want me to see an ID,
Okay.
as well as validate your banking information if we're
Mhm.
able to proceed forward. So with that being said, can you grab me your ID and a voided check or a bank statement, something like that with the account numbers, and I'll start putting this together for you.
Yeah, I can do that.
Alrighty.